Hey guys, I'm so happy to have you guys all here today. My name is Christy and I'm the blogger and designer at svgnation.com, and this is my blog where I share all of my SVG files for free with tutorials, so I'd love for you guys to check that out. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these adorable Christmas cards that wobble, and for this project you're going to need either the SVG file, the DXF, or the printable to follow along, and those are all included in the folder together. I'm going to be using my Cricut machine, so I'll be using the SVG file, but you can use any other cutting machine that's compatible with the SVG or DXF files. And if you don't have a cutting machine, I've included the PDF file where you can just print the templates. So you'll just cut on the straight lines and then you'll fold on the score lines and kind of follow along with what else we're doing in the video if you need help assembling any of that. So I've got my SVG file uploaded to Cricut Design Space, and I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see everything a little better. And there's a few modifications that we do need to make, so let's go ahead and ungroup all of these files so that we can begin to modify it. So the first thing is this is our card layer, and so if you see this is a group right here. We need to open this up because we have a whole group right here. All these lines that you see in here, they're white on here. It's kind of hard to see, but you'll see them when we change them. We need to change those to score, because I'm going to be using my Cricut stylus today to score this. And if you have a maker, you can use the wheel. And if your other cutting machine, has a scoring function, use that. If it doesn't, just delete these lines. You won't need them. I highly recommend using a scoring feature if you have the ability though. So once you change those lines, you do need to group those. If you're in Cricut Design Space, you need to make sure you click this full group where you've got the lines and the card both selected and attach those. If you skip that step, it's not going to work right. That's what lets Cricut know where it needs to score on the design. Okay, and we need to do the same thing with the envelope. So if you want to make your own envelope because you want to make it decorative, then go ahead and keep this. You can delete this if you want to use a different envelope. These will fit in 5x7 envelopes, so you don't have to make one. But I'm going to go ahead and make one to show you how. So we're changing those to score again, and we're attaching it to the envelope layer again. And if you're not making your envelope, you can delete all of these. These are just to make the envelope decorative. If you don't want to make the envelope decorative, delete those. Don't cut them out. Don't waste your paper. Okay, so the next thing is we've got our gift card holder. Now you may not want to add a gift card. That's okay. Just delete this. Don't waste your paper. But if you do want to add a gift card, let's go ahead and open this up, because these first two lines of text, I've got them separate if you want to write on them in different colors. But these need to be changed to pen. We're going to use this text to write on with our Cricut, so we need to go in and change this basic operation to pen. And I'm going to keep mine black, but like I said, if you maybe want one row red, you can go in there and select the red, and then we'll keep that one black. So you do need to change the colors if you want to use different colors, because that way your Cricut's going to tell you, hey, put the red pen in. And then when it's done writing with the red, it'll say put the black pen in. So it's very easy. You just follow the prompts. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and use black for both. And this line underneath, these are our score lines again. So let's go ahead and change that operation to score. And we're going to attach all of these. And of course, if you don't have pens, delete that pen layer. You don't have to write on it. And now you'll notice we've got all three of these, but only one card layer. That way you choose which one you want to make. Just delete the ones you don't want. If you want to make all three, just click on this card layer, hit that duplicate button, duplicate it twice so you got enough card layers. And then as far as these, here's just some different sayings. Go with the ones you want. You can even go in here, click on that, and just delete it out. I'll just hide it for now, and you can add your own text. So I'm just using text right here that I'm just going to cut out and glue on, nothing fancy. But you can also use your Cricut pens, make it super simple. Cricut pens makes it really easy, and I'll show you how you can do that from scratch. So really quickly, let's just write our text in here. Let's see, it looks like we already have this on a pen font, but I'll show you how you can find those. I'm just going to kind of resize this so it fits how I want it to fit. All right, so we need to go into our font, and we're going to search for writing fonts. So I'm just going to click on writing, and if you don't have Cricut Access, which I don't, I'm going to search for the free ones because I don't really want to pay for it. And your writing fonts are going to come up. So not a whole lot of free ones, but it's okay. You got some options to choose from. So I've just got it set on there already. So once you click on that free one, when you click here, it should show that you have a writing font. It should show the operation as pen. So just make sure that it does. And you can also, again, change the color because your Cricut's going to tell you what color pen. So make sure that it is the color you want it. And then once you've done that, you do need to attach it again to the layer below it. So this is the layer it's going to write on right here. Oh, those are actually grouped together. So I'm going to ungroup them. So it's just going to be this one white layer right there. And so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to hold down Shift while I click on the text, and you need to go ahead and attach those. Okay, so now everything's ready. Of course, you can modify any of the colors. These purple right here, this is the scrapbook paper for like the sides. So if you're making all three of these, you may want to duplicate these and cut them all out, or you can just do one by one. So before we cut, I just want to show you guys a few things. Make sure you got everything set up right. And this just takes a second. All right, we're just using our mat. So there are some small pieces here, but don't worry, I'm going to show you guys a hack if you don't want to do all these small pieces. So just keep watching. Don't let that part scare you. But right here, you can see the score lines are exactly where they need to be. You can see the writing is exactly where it needs to be. So if it's not set up like that, when you go to cut, it's not going to cut right. So you need to go back and make sure everything is attached correctly. But if everything looks good in here, go ahead and cut everything out, and then we can have fun and assemble it all. All right, we're going to start with the base of our card, and first you want to go ahead and fold this. So I'm just folding these down, and right here where that score line is in the middle, just folding that up like that. And as you fold that up, these are kind of naturally going to want to fold down, so go ahead and fold those down, and then fold down on these score lines right here. And then you've got some more score lines right down here where it naturally wants to fold. So it'll fold into a card just like that. That's going to help you see the lines better to glue everything on. All right, so we just folded that, but I'm just going to flatten it back out. And these little side pieces, these are, you know, just if you want to use them. You don't necessarily have to use them, but I like adding a little more depth to it, a little more patterns. So the taller one, I mean, these are going in between the score lines, and then these two are score lines right here. So it's pretty easy to see where these go. And we're just going to glue them to the other side as well. I'm just going to press these down with my brayer. That just kind of helps it stick better, flatten it out, and smooth out that glue underneath. Alright, next I'm going to grab, this is whatever you cut the rectangle out in, and this little piece that goes on top. I did a variety of different colors for the cards to show you guys. So, you know, have fun with this. Pick whatever colors you want. Can customize these really easily, so you don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. We're just adding this on top. And then whatever phrase you want this to say, go ahead and glue that on. You could also use Cricut pens to write on this. It really doesn't matter. Like I said, your card, customize it how you want. I'm just gonna glue Mary on. Now it's being real nice by like welding all of these letters together so that it's just one piece for you to glue on for each word, because we're gonna have a lot of little tiny gluing in just a bit. So I went easy on you guys here, made this super easy. But if you use Cricut pens, that's even easier. Really just depends on how you want to make it. And guys, the bottom is where this folds. I mean, you can see this fits perfectly right here. So just make sure that you glue it to the right side. Otherwise, you're going to glue it to the back of the card. Alright, so that was like super easy, but I couldn't make this whole thing easy for you, so I have to add a little challenge in, and that's where the little characters come in. Okay, so it's kind of got messed up, but I started off by just laying everything where it goes, so that way when I push it over, I already know what side everything goes on. I don't have to sit there and flip it around and figure it out, so I'm just carefully sliding these over. And we're just going to glue these on. Just going one piece at a time. It really isn't that bad. I think the penguin design is actually the easiest, has the least pieces to glue on. But if you do not like gluing all these small things on, that's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings because I have a backup plan for you. What you can do is you can actually use like the print then cut feature. So in Cricut Design Space, oh, that slid a little bit. But in Cricut Design Space, what you would do is just click on the image. You'll notice that each character is already grouped. So click on that whole group and just click flatten. And then when you go to cut this, it's automatically going to see that as a print then cut image. So it'll have you print it. Then you just put that printed paper that's going to have like those little black cut sensors. Put that on your mat just like you see it on the mat in the preview. And then your Cricut's going to cut around it. Here I did one. I mean, it comes out just as cute. So like here's Santa Claus and I layered him, but here he is with the print then cut. I mean, so it's just as cute. I used like a cardstock right here, so you can still use the cardstock. So if you're making a whole bunch of these, you know, this might be the way to go because you can make them pretty fast. I do slightly like the look of it glued on better. So if you're not making that many, I challenge you to go ahead and just like glue them. And if you aren't sure where the pieces go, I've got some pictures with this, so you can look at those, or you can just look in Cricut Design Space, zoom in. They're all layered exactly like they need to be in the image in Cricut Design Space, so just zoom in and you can see exactly where to glue everything. And you know, don't worry about if it's not perfect. Trust me, mine are not perfect at all, but when it all comes together, like you can't tell, it just looks cute. And when you're gluing these, you are just leaving like a little black stroke outline around each layer. That's kind of what gives it, kind of defines each element of it. It makes it look cute in my opinion. I don't know, I might have done too much detail in these, but there's the print and cut feature if you want to go that route. And, you know, for these smaller pieces, I like to put the glue on the design and then just use my tweezers to pop them on. And if you guys didn't lay all of this out first, I highly recommend you lay everything out first. That way you don't glue anything the wrong way. You don't want to mess anything up. Alright, so once you finish assembling it, you can go ahead and add it to the card. But like you can see, I mean, they're both super cute. This one I did the print then cut. This one I did the cardstock. I do wish I had like a darker skin color. I just didn't. So I guess that's kind of the advantage to printing it. But again, I just like the layered look. It's a little thicker, so it wobbles a little bit better in my opinion. But you also don't have to make this card wobble, so we're just folding it. And we're gonna grab our wobble. Let's peel this off. Now I think the wobble really makes the card. Of course you can just glue this to the front, but why not let it wobble? It's super cute. Just peel that off. If you guys are worried this wobble might come off, you can add some glue, but I don't ever do that. So I kind of like to have it go just a little bit over the top, not too much because you want it to fit in the envelope. I think really he's the only one that kind of goes over the words, so you don't have to worry about the words being covered too much, and just kind of put them in the center, press that on, and you've got a cute little wobble card. They're super fun, they're so adorable. And you can have fun with all the colors. So for the penguins, I went with like a white glitter, which is really, really pretty. Did more of the blues and everything. With Santa, we did more neutral colors. Again, oh, let me get him. You can see him wobble. I kind of purposely made him so he looks like he's flying up. Of course, you can put him on normal, however you want. So I just kind of put that wobble on a little bit more on his side just to make it like that. But they're super cute. And if you want to add like a gift card holder to it, just cut this out, add whatever words you want on it. So all you do is fold these in, and you can turn any one of these cards into a gift card as well. Super easy. Let's just go ahead and put a little glue right here, a little glue right here, so we can glue that bottom. This kind of helps it set. And now we're just going to add glue. And I'm just going to add this to the back. Okay. And then just give that a chance to set before you add your gift card. And your gift card will just slide right in there, right on the back of the card, just like that. And also, there is an envelope template with this, so I'm going to show you guys how you can put that together. So after you cut that out, you've got score lines, so just go ahead and fold on all those score lines. And then flip it so your outside is facing up. Because I did add all these extra little pieces. If you cut these out, this is just to create like a decorative envelope, because why not? It's super cute this way. And we're just gluing all of the pieces that like match the edge. And it's got just like a little outline with it. If you guys don't want to put an envelope together, these are gonna fit in a 5x7 envelope. So you can just use those also, especially if you're making a lot of these and you need to mail them out. Another idea for a card is to use the same template, but just cut it out in scrapbook paper. It's super cute. You don't have to glue all these on, just takes a minute to put together. But if you're mailing it, then you'll probably want to go with something where you can write on the front, so you can either go with just a plain envelope 5x7, or if you want to make it pretty, you can still use this template. And if you are mailing them, then I might recommend gluing the wobble on, just to be on the safe side. You never know how rough the mail can be. So we're just going to flatten these down. You're going to fold the two sides in, and then the bottom is the one that has like this cut off. Just fold that in as well. And we're just going to add some glue here and add some glue here. We need to give that a chance to kind of stick and set. Make sure you don't seep glue in. Make sure it stays open here, because you need your card to slide in there. And we have one more piece, because we want it pretty when we open it as well. And guys, if you guys have any questions about anything that I'm doing, how to make these, or anything like that, then please ask those in the comments so I can help you guys out there. If you guys really like these cards, I do have some Thanksgiving ones on my blog. There's a turkey one and a pumpkin one. So make sure to check out my blog. That's svgnation.com. I have some of those. I have a lot of different Christmas cards as well, some photo cards, lots of different Christmas cards. I've got advent calendars as well, so I definitely hope that you guys will check all of those out. But once your envelopes are done, you just add your card in there. And there you go. Super duper easy. I hope you guys enjoy making these. Thanks for joining us today. And also, if you make these, definitely share them, because I can't wait to see how you make them. You can get so creative with them, and I can't wait to see that. Thank you guys again. Bye.